Well, hello. This is Chris King. It's Tuesday again. God, these days are coming faster and faster. So we're live with Chris King Tuesday Talk. And today, I know I put on there that we were going to do a body butter demo because I was lining it up with, I did a sugar scrub, and let's see, we did the salt, the bath soak salt, and we did a salt scrub because I was making a whole little Pampered package for y'all. But today, we're going to pivot, okay? We're going to pivot through the distractions because y'all all know what's going on, okay? And so I'm going to be honest with you. Working in my full-time job, we had to transition and set up remote, and that took a little out of me, and I just wasn't prepared to do the body butter. But I always have something I got to do in the soap studio, so I'm going to take y'all along. But today, when I was talking to a lot of my clients as a business advisor, I was telling them that look at this as still a perfect opportunity to pivot, okay? You have to learn how to pivot and diversify yourself during distractions. In my book, Disconnect to Reconnect, that you can get on Amazon, okay, I talk about that. But before I go into the soap cutting demo, soap planing, and shrink wrapping, I want to do a roll call and see who's out there. If anybody's come in the room, I'm doing Facebook Live, I'm doing Periscope, and I'm doing YouTube. So if you're out there, send a shout out. Say who you are or what your screen name is, and if you're on Facebook and or Periscope or Twitter, and where are you from? Houston. I'm from Tomball. Some others might be from Baltimore or California. Wherever you're from, shout it out because if I haven't learned anything else during this corona or COVID, whatever you want to call it, virus, I've learned that we are all in this together, and the only thing that divides us is the state lines. So give a shout out. So today I wanted to talk about pivoting, okay? How you have to pivot during distractions. And in my book, Disconnect to Reconnect, that you can get on Amazon, okay? In my chapter 4, I talk about how you should write about it. This is a perfect time if you have a lot of anxiety, worked up stress, or just being locked up in the house, cabin fever. Because, I mean, let's be real. If you're working a 9-to-5 job and you're sending your kids to school every day, this is not an everyday thing for you. So by day 2, you're about to claw your eyes out and probably tell your kids to run and hide if you got to do homeschooling, okay? And maybe this is a thing for you, and you're might be feeding off of the others around you that this is not the norm for them. So they're having to pivot, and they're not knowing how to work within your space. It's an adjustment for everybody, okay? So I suggest if you don't, write about it, okay, instead of just talking about it to everybody, okay, because we're all processing this distraction differently because we all go through a transition or a crisis or a distraction or a detour differently because of our historical data that we have over the years formed from events that we had. So I say that to say this. This right now, this COVID-19, this coronavirus, this is definitely a detour. It started out as a distraction, but it is a detour. So I just want to leave this with you. In my chapter 4, I talk about writing about it, and I quote Ecclesiastics in it, that there's a time, okay? And so there's a time for everything, a time for every activity under the sun. There is a time to be born and a time to die. But the thing I want y'all to look at, there is a time to embrace and a time to turn away. There's a time to search and a time to quit searching. There's a time to keep and a time to throw away. There's a time to tear. There's a time to mend. There's a time for peace. During this time that you have at home, look for your peace, okay? Because if you don't, you won't be able to pivot, okay? And I'm saying pivot because I've been saying that all day with a lot of my clients. I've been saying, look at this as a perfect opportunity for you to look at the things that you didn't have time to do. Okay? Look at this as an opportunity for you to address the things that you haven't had time to address. I mean, we in Houston are in a stay home, be work safe point. And in other parts of the country, they're in shelter in place. So while you're at home, instead of, hey Pat, how you doing? Okay? Hey Jacqueline, how you doing? And while you're at home, find a quiet place where you can think about the things you want to work on that you've been wanting to work on and you just haven't had time. You have time now, okay? You have at least until the end of this month to work on some things. So, going forward, don't keep telling yourself, I'll be glad when things turn back to normal, go back to normal. This is the new norm moving forward, and from that, we're going to base our new norm on where we at right now. So, I say that to say this. This is where pivoting comes. If you have a business, or if you're planning on doing a business, start really thinking about it, okay? And if it's going to work in the new norm that's coming, because we don't know what the new norm is. It is unknown, okay? But instead of sitting here and worrying and being fearsome, use this time wisely, okay? And that's why I say keep a journal. Sometimes if you're just writing about it, you get it out, you purge it, okay? And then go back and read on it, okay? And then on things that you're working on or you want to work on, research it. You have time, research it, okay? And then move from there. Start rethinking your calendar, what you was going to do next month, the month after, and the end of the year, because it might change. You're going to have to pivot, okay? From your job to your work life at work, to your home life, and to your family and your children, okay? Be proactive instead of reacting, okay? Now, I say that, moving on. Oh, I cut off? Okay. I hope you get back on. Let me see. It says I'm still streaming and recording. Okay, so again, there's more information in this book, okay? You can get it on Amazon. And I think that even if you don't get the book, you should keep a journal, okay? Okay, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I said, I'm not doing the body butter today, okay, because I wasn't ready. I am going to cut soap on my soap cutter. This is my soap cutter, and I have it set to cut. I like big bars of soap, okay? And I'm getting my soap out of my mold, okay? And this is a small mold, okay, right here. And I'm cutting. This smells so good, y'all. This is my clean floral scent, okay? And I am cutting it. And my bars are usually an inch. Mine are an inch and a quarter, okay? And let me put it in, okay? And cut it. Okay, and I did a swirl. It's a natural color with a little swirl, and I didn't have that much swirl in it because it started setting up fast. Soapers know what that means. It's after I added the fragrance, it started becoming a solid real quick. And it's probably because it's a floral. Okay, so I don't have much of the swirl. The swirl is on the top, okay? And so anyway, this is how, you cut it all at one time. And this is a loaf, okay? And I sell this on my website. This is called Clean because it has a clean floral scent. God, this smells so good, y'all. It has a clean floral scent. Okay, I have some already. And I let them cure for 4 weeks, okay? So I have some already. I'm just showing you that. I'm moving this out the way. Then after I do that, I plane them, okay? So I have several to plane. I'm going to show you. Okay, let me see if I can lower this a little bit so you can see. Okay, so this right here is my, this is called Wake Me Up Fresh, okay? This is called Wake Me Up Fresh. It has eucalyptus, lemon, and ginger essential oil in it. I make it with olive oil, cocoa butter, castor oil, just some of the ingredients, okay? And I'm going to plane it. This is my planer. And what it does is, okay, just like you saw the cutter, so I don't have to cut one at a time. I started out doing that way, but then I have large logs, so I need to do a little more. So it's going to give it a smooth edge, and then right here it's going to bevel it. Now, if you don't do it that way, I did used to do it with a potato peeler, okay? So what I do is, it's real simple. I just push it through, okay? And I find I get better results when I do this at least 2 days after I've let it set out of the mold. But my schedule, I've ended up having to do it, this is a week later, probably longer than that. This has marigold or candela, I think that's how you say it, herbs in it, okay? And let me show you how it looks afterwards. So, okay, so see how smooth it is? Then it's beveled just like you buy it in the store. See? It's beveled. Okay, and look how thick it is. This bar right here is probably 7 1/4. My bars, usually bars, soap makers make bars. They are 4 ounces to 4 to 4 1/4. Mine are bigger because I like big bars, okay? And so my bars are bigger, which is okay. They're so big that you can cut them in half and have 2 bars of soap. That's the good news for you. The bad news is you don't buy as often from me when you do that. The good news for me, though, is you'll remember me Mother's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving when you want to give, I mean not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day when you want to give teachers nice gifts, okay? And what's great about this is I know some of y'all are trying to think of the best gift to give those teachers right now, because I know that these children, you're finding out things about your children you didn't know that they did. You know you are. And so when your teacher, this year when your teacher, Teacher Appreciation Day, Mother's Day, and end of the year, and all of the times that you can give teachers a gift, you're going to be loading it down. You're probably going to load it down when you go back to when school starts. Okay, so who do we have in the room? Anybody want to do a shout out? I see Pat, and I see, now you know, sometimes I don't see everybody until after I get off, because whatever the delay is, I don't know what it is, but sometimes I don't see y'all until once it's finished. But y'all, this thing right here is the best thing ever, because I end up doing even more because of it. Because before I had this, I wasn't planing them. I was just doing the beveling. You know, the sides, what the potato peeler did. I wasn't doing the other part, okay? And then of course I got into beveling because it just looks so good. I went to the soap conference and I saw them doing a display on it, and I really liked it. And so I just like the finish of it, and since and it even flows better when you shrink wrapping it, okay? And I'm gonna show you that too. I have a shrink wrap system. I'm gonna set it up after I do a couple of these so you can see. Some of y'all have watched Jewel make soap. This is Jewel soap. This is how it turned out when she redid it. She had to redo it, and we did a video on it, and this is how it looks. Isn't that pretty, y'all? Look at that. And it smells so good. She likes this line and how she did that. That's vanilla bean, that line right there. And look at that. I'm so proud of her, see? And see, this is how it looks when you shrink wrap it. It's really easy to shrink wrap. And see, she put these little, that's salt that she did it sort of look like nuggets, gold nuggets on top. And so those are hers. And let me see. So what's great about this is I take my scraps, y'all, and I pour them all into one big pot and stir it. Okay, so this is what I do with my extra soap, and everybody loves it, and I end up giving it away as extra for gifts over, when people buy over 75, sometimes 50, it just depends on what time of the year it is and how much I have. I just throw it in. But what I do is I take my, you know how you have, well, you don't know, well, when you're making soap, sometimes you have an ounce or two of oil left over, okay? So what I do is I pour all my oils, like oils, okay? Like if it's all floral, I pour them all together. If it's all sweet, I pour contrasting oils together. And then I put all of my fragrance or essential. And then I put all of my whatever's left in the bottom of my olive oil container. I've poured it in one big pot. Whatever's left in my cocoa butter. You know, it's not enough to go in the order a soap batch, but it's enough to do something with. So I pour all of the incy-wincy, whatever you want to call it, the corners. Let's call it that, the corners, into it, and until I have enough oil to make a batch of soap. Then I pour that into a thing with lye, the lye solution, and I mix it, and then I add all of this soap scraps. I just add it. It'll be this, it will be other soap blends. I've already cut them up into pieces, and I just add them. And after I add them, let me get one out so y'all can see what it looked like. And I make those 4 inches. And then I also do it with the color. I mean 4 ounces. But see, this is it. And I add it. Some are bigger, some are smaller. But this is what it looks like. And it smells so good. And I just call this surprise or something like that. And I just add all of the blends, and whatever the color I have left, I just add that. And okay, so several things I do with it. One is I add it to y'all order, and then if I have time and time permits, I get the kids, my grandkids, to help me package it up, and we go give it away. We donate it to the women's shelter, also for soap. But this year I didn't do it because someone was telling me that allergies, they brought to my attention and said, well, what if they have an allergy? I said, well, I do label it. And they said, but when they pass it out, they might not, somehow, somebody could still get it, and then I'll be responsible, and I don't want to be responsible. So what I do is I include it in orders, because if you're ordering from me, then you know my soaps, it's labeled. But if you're ordering from me and you've already, and I kind of know your allergies, I'm not going to include it if it has something I think you'll be allergic to, And so that's what I do with it, though, my soaps. And so let me get this off. And see, all I'm doing is just, I'm beveling and planing. That's all I'm doing. And so this is pivoting, okay? Like I said, I do need to make some body butter, but oils and butters are expensive. I wasn't prepared after working longer than I planned on. Think about working from home. I told y'all I'm working remote. Sometimes I get so wrapped up, I forget that I'm working because I'm at home. I used to work at home before when I had my restaurants. And I would get so wrapped up and time would pass that I forget to do the personal stuff I need to do. And that's kind of what happened today. My daughter reminded me, she says, don't you have Tuesday Talk? And I was like, oh my God, I do. So I knew I wasn't ready because I hadn't prepped for the top. So what I did was I looked around. I know I needed to do soaps because I have some orders I need to package up. So I said, this is pivoting. I'm pivoting, okay? And this is what you do. This is how you do it. Instead of me getting all worked up that I wasn't prepared, I'm pivoting. And, you know, I'm making the best of it. So I'm going to change over so y'all can see what it looks like to, hold on, let me put some more gloves on, to do a shrink wrap. I have enough to do a shrink wrap, and so y'all can see how I shrink wrap my stuff, okay? I'm putting gloves on. Hold on. So, okay, so I'm taking this out, and the reason why I stopped y'all, I was gonna do all of them, but I just did this right here, this clean, and it was softer. See how it is? It's not ready, okay? So that's why I stopped, okay? Because it's not ready, and I don't want to do it yet because it's not ready. I wanted to get a little harder because the planing will be much easier when it's ready. It won't make a mess, okay? And I don't want a mess, okay? So that's why I stopped, okay? So let me put these over here, and then I'm gonna lay out the system for you, okay? Move my book. Okay, now let me get the bag. So I have this bag that I keep of all my soap shavings. Okay, see? I just put it all in this bag. This goes down to be washed, so it goes in my little dish bowl down there. Okay. Okay, so see, I started collecting. I got about 3 of these with different colors. I try to keep the light colors together so that later it's easier for sorting. Okay, and you see what these look like, so I'm gonna move these. Okay. Okay, anybody else come in? I got Pat, I got Jacqueline, and I see 2 other people, but they're not identified, so I don't know who they are. They must be on the Periscope side. So that's the side I can't seem to get. So I'm gonna figure it out, y'all. I think I'm doing good. I'm figuring out all of these little things now on how to do these studios. So let me get the mat though. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is the mat, okay, for shrink wrapping, okay, and this is how it looks. It's pretty snazzy, huh? Okay, and so this is where I shrink wrap. Let me move my coffee. Yes, I still drink coffee this late at night. If you know me, you know I drink coffee, and I drink it strong. I don't play when it comes to coffee, y'all. No, no, no. I don't play. Okay. Oops. Okay. Look. This is the wand, okay, for the shrink wrapper. Okay. So, you see, this is the little wand. Okay. Throw them away. And this is the film, okay? And let me see, I think, I'm gonna see, how does this go? Oh, it goes that way, okay. Okay, so this is the film, okay? This is the shrink wrapper. I'm gonna pull it out like this. And I'm going to lay it out, you see, and then I'm going to you have to space them apart, okay? I'm going to put these in. Y'all, this saves so much time. Okay, I need to plug this in. So I'm going to plug this in, okay, because it's got to start heating up. Okay, so while it's heating up, I guess I need to turn it on so it can heat up, okay? Why I see, one time I was, y'all, this is true story. One time I was wondering why it wasn't working. I plugged it in. This is when I first got it. And I didn't turn it on. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. Sometimes I still don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so this, okay, is basically you space it out. Now, my soaps are a little big. So usually you can get 4 across, but you see how big my soaps are? So I can't get 4 across, okay? I have to do 3. Okay. So, you see? Okay. So now, let's see if it's ready. It's not ready. It's got to heat up. The light comes on when it's ready. Let's see. Did I turn it off instead of on? Oh, I turned it. See, y'all? I told y'all. Y'all didn't know. I told you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one so you can see how I do the whole process. I'm going to get the gun. Not a gun, y'all. I'm going to get the heat gun so y'all can see afterwards what I do, okay? And then I'm not going to make you sit through all of it. I'm just going to do some of it so y'all can see what goes on. How I do this so that when you place an order, you know how your stuff looks. And you can get these orders at Pampered Sisters at pamperedsisters.com, okay? So let me show y'all how this goes. Okay, so it's real simple. Okay, I think it's ready. Let's see. It'll let me know if it's not. Okay. It did seal. It did do the. It did do the. It did break it apart. Let's do this. Okay. I'm gonna do this side. I'm gonna do this one over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do this one right here. Now I'm gonna do this one right here. Okay, I probably could let it get a little hotter. Yeah, I could let it get a little hotter, but I'm impatient. Okay. Okay, so after I do that, okay, you just peel them apart. Okay, see? Real easy. Easy peasy, okay? Just peel them apart. Set them like that. Okay, see? There. See how easy that was? Okay. Okay, I gotta do that one again. This one. Okay. And then after I peel it apart, okay, these ones I probably have to do again. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So these right here, because I didn't wait long enough. That happens. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen because it's happened to me before because I didn't wait long enough. So I'm just going to seal this again. Okay. So now it's sealed. That one is. Let's do this one. Okay. So now what we do is, after I do that, I take this. And it's going to burp on its own, y'all. It's really neat how it does it, okay? And I have it on low because I don't want to, okay, and get that out. And, hold on, let me get the wrinkle out of here. There's a wrinkle. Okay. Okay, and see, it's all, and then I just put a label on it, and then I'm done. That's it, okay? So I spend, like when I do this, I do my large batches is like 50 soaps. So at one time I might, this comes in handy when I'm doing 100 to 200 bars. Instead of it taking me all day, it'll take me a couple of hours, and then I'm through. Anyway, y'all, during this season that we're in, just take a deep breath, journal, and pivot, okay? This is just a detour, okay? We're going to get back on track. We're all in this together. And until next week, when we will do body butter demo, y'all take care. Good night.